to bring up an issue in which every New Yorker knows about, and that's these rats, man. These New York rats are famous, man. They infamous. You can see mad videos of people in the subway system and the rats crawling up on them. It's a real issue, man. Being a New York City resident myself, I'm going to let you know, man, the rats are an issue. And I'm going to tell you a quick story before I let you know what the city wants to propose in order to deal with these issues. So one day, I'm on my way to work. I take an Uber, and I got to use the bathroom. So I tell the driver to just, you know what, stop, let me out. I handle my business from this point on. So I get out the Uber, and it's in front of a building, an apartment building, right? And outside of this apartment building, it must have been garbage night because all of the garbage was on the streets, kid. And when I tell you I was just standing there for about 5 to 10 minutes, I could count at least 8 single rats. You feel me? 8 individual rats that was walking around. And at one time when I saw them doing all that, I thought that they had problems with me, man. You know? I thought that the rats of New York City had problems with me because I would just see them in random places and they would just brush up against me. So right after I was over there and I saw all them rats coming in and out of the garbage, it was like 8 individual rats. I think they put the word out and was like, yo, it's this cat that done seen us. He know how we get down. Keep an eye on him, son. Make sure he ain't no problems. So this is not even in Brooklyn where I seen these rats. This was in Long Island City. I'm walking down the street in Long Island City in broad daylight, man. Broad daylight. Around, it's probably like 1 o'clock in the afternoon because I was on my break. And I'm walking. And I feel something scurry under my feet. And I look down, and it's a rat. In the broad daylight, man. I thought this rat had rabies or something, son. I thought rats, you know, abide by the same rules as possums. And you know, if you see a possum or a raccoon during the daytime, they got rabies or something. So I'm thinking the same thing. I'm looking at the rat, make sure it ain't got no foam or nothing coming out his mouth. And the rat looked back at me and it was icing me, son. And I'm like, well, it's like that. So I just chalked it up like that was just a random, crazy event that happened. Then the next day or a couple days later, I get into work mad early, like 6 o'clock in the morning, man. And I go to 7-Eleven, and I'm walking back to the building. Tell me why. The same thing happened, yo. But this time, he scurried and kind of ran up my leg a little bit. So I looked at him, and son ran into the corner. It was a rat. He ran into the corner, went up on 2 legs, and looked at me and iced me again. I got the clue. I got the clue, son. I got the clue. And I was like, I ain't messing with these rats no more. But it was a problem, man. And I felt that they was trying to intimidate me. And they made me back down. But I'm glad also Sanitation Department, they're coming up with ways to try to get rid of this rat problem. And the first thing that the Sanitation Department said was, they said that we got to have garbage sitting out for too long on the streets. They're trying to say that you can put the garbage out only after 8 p.m. And personally, I think that this is a great idea. Us having that garbage sitting around, festering on summer days, even on winter days, man. These rats smell it and they attracted to it. That's one thing that they're trying to do. Another thing that they want to do is, remember during the pandemic, a lot of these restaurants, what they wanted to do was have it where you could dine on the outside. And with that being said, people drop food on the streets. You're delivering food more on the streets and things like this. So this attracts rodents and things. And another thing that they proposed was to now, you know, ease up on that street dining, because they're saying that this is actually making the rat problem even worse, man. I don't know. I just know that I don't like rats walking around in this city. You feel me? Whatever we could do to make it better. They sound like great ideas. I think we should go forward with it. And let's see where it leads us, you know? But it's done with the lightheartedness, man. Now we got to talk about this New York City crime.